1, start.
Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for your show. Battle of the North is back again. And yes, as host today, I am not in the strongest of standpoints, but we will try today to hopefully keep it on topic, won't we, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I'm saying in the chat, and hopefully as well the panel. Mr. Sarcasm City TV, Mr. Take Note, Mr. Flawless. How are you doing, sir, today? Are you good? How are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Always blessed. You know what I'm saying? Blessed, black, and highly favored. And it's always good to be here. I look forward to the show. I say it every week. Big up for having me, Matisse. Large up the chat. Always good to see Daps. Always good to see Husam as well, man. And like I said, I genuinely enjoy the show. This show be mad. It's mad fun. I'm looking forward to this show because there's a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about. So, yeah, man. How are you doing, Matisse? Are you good?
I'm good. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be better. So hopefully everything will be all right. Do you know what I'm saying? This is football. Mystic, Don, Husam. I've got a YouTube to go on to. One them spaces. How are you doing, my brother? Talk to me. Are you feeling good?
I feel like crap, to be honest with you. The last 48 hours have been dog shit. In terms of football. I woke up as well a little bit sick today, but we're here. Alhamdulillah, always blessed. Can't complain. I know. Technically, it's not 2 Premier League losses in a row because we did win midweek. So it's 2 losses in 3 games if you want to count Ajax. Yeah, see, I'm being consistent. So
I like
anyway, always happy to be here. Battle of the North, my favorite show to be on. Shout out to the Spaces people. Not going to disrespect them like Matisse just did, but I do have to go on YouTube. So just end the space and come on. So yeah, big up to you guys. And the reason why we were late, by the way, is not Matisse. I have to defend my brother. The reason why we were late is man like Flawless. Because he literally ordered the whole meal and was eating it while we were looking at him. I'm like, can you finish? And he just went off camera for 4 minutes. But anyway, big up to Flawless.
All right, if we're just going to start out with lies, then we can start out with lies, people. I was the one who was here first. I was here on time. Nobody else was here because Matisse didn't click us in. So I went to go get a snack, a ginger cake. People.
And Flawless?
Yeah, go on, Daps.
In your defense, at least you can eat up what is put in front of you, unlike Darwin Núñez.
Yeah. That's very good, very clever. I like that. That was good. That was
actually a good one.
I might not entitled to a snack. No one was here. I thought, let me.
Of course you are, bro. Yeah, I hope it was a lovely snack.
Jamaican ginger cake slaps, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
I can't relate because I don't like ginger, but big up to you.
You don't like ginger cake?
I was worried you were going to say you don't like Jamaicans.
No, I don't like. I like ginger, like the vegetable, bro.
That is jokes.
Gingers, to be fair.
No better way for Never a Foul to introduce himself, Mr. Daps in the building. Do you know what I'm saying? How are you doing, sir? It's Halloween. It's scary hours for many. I mean, when Sancho tweeted that, I didn't think he would realize the ripple effect that it would have.
Did he really? Oh,
yeah. It's insane. Not only was he talking about himself, he was speaking about multiple clubs, it seems. It's mad. How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm good, yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at this panel thinking, beating Brighton is definitely not for everyone, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, who else? You're a dickhead.
None of you fucking beat him except for us.
All right, cool. I should not have been so nice to that.
That's why I said, I don't know why. You know what I'm saying?
They said that perfume wearing centre back ain't no top 5 centre back.
Bro, I saw what Husam said, yeah? You know what? Clearly, he thinks he's wearing oud. He's actually just wearing odor. Like, he stinks, bro. I'm not going to lie. He's stinky. He is very bad. He's getting worse and worse. I'm not talking about you, Husam. I'm talking about your defender.
It's not looking
good.
Van
Dijk.
Sam's absolutely mentally fatigued now. He's definitely had enough. I mean, every single show, I'm starting to think that this show might be a jinx. Every single time we come into this show, it's mainly you in the mud most of the time this season, which is nuts because every other season you would have been coming here with chest, really, most of the time. And it would have been flawless. That would have been had to kind of pick up the scraps of any L and any draw and all these things.
Facts.
There's only one place to start again, and you know, I'm gonna be nice. I have to be. My team got slapped. Unfortunately, my team is not part of the policy of the show. But I'm wearing my Chelsea shirt and I'm here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bum slaps.
Huh?
Cheeks.
Listen, you and your obsession with Loftus cheeks, and yeah, I don't know.
Bum slaps.
I don't know what I'm saying. That's for you and the Lord. But for me, Husam, there's only one place to start, and it's once again with you. You lost again to a relegation candidate. This time at home. Virgil's playground is no longer. In fact, he let other players play in that playground, and they went on the swings, and they went on many of the items in there, and they did their thing. So late winner. I mean, how do you feel about the performance? Whose fault is it? Obviously, Trent's back. It's good to see him back as well in the team. Obviously, confidence wise, he's had a long season. He's back in the team. Gomez,
and he was better as well. Trent. I watched the game. Shouts to Trent. He was better.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And when am I not honest? I'm honest all the time. What do you mean?
Honest, I just thanked you. Let's start off.
You conceded to an American field. Like what's going on? A small American.
First of all, I'm
town.
disappointed you didn't start at the Amex because that was a loss by 4 goals. You know.
Why would we start there when this is a northern show? Come on, I'm not doing geography.
I was about to say.
Where's the map? Can we get the map again?
Yeah, I was about to say. You know, listen. Let's allow the geography lessons. Anyway, it's just very horrible the state that we're in right now. This is the same amount of points we had under Roy Hodgson. So this is how bad that was, you know, and that was a horrible time to be a Liverpool fan. I've said before that was the worst time to be a Liverpool fan. The game on Saturday, was just an absolutely horrible one, but it just epitomizes what's wrong with Liverpool Football Club this season specifically. That game is the perfect summary. Start of the game. As soon as the game started, we actually started well. We started attacking and stuff. And then Gomez, poor back pass. Virgil van Dijk thinks his perfume is going to stop Rodrigo. And Alisson's out of position. And we concede the first goal. Just like that. You know, and...
Who's at fault? Because people are saying, oh, Gomez versus Alisson. For me, it's 100% Gomez. He's not looking where he's passing.
Nope. I wouldn't go 100% Gomez. And I wouldn't blame Alisson either. Because I say Alisson's out of position, but low-key, you would expect him to come out and grab the ball. So maybe I might change my mind on that one a little bit. I think Gomez is 50% at fault, and Virgil van Dijk is 50% at fault.
I heard Virgil as well. Yeah, I heard someone say.
Yeah, because you cannot be that like careless and not know that you literally have a striker behind you and you should just follow him back. So you know, it's just absolutely horrible. Mo Salah scores, you know, and I'm not gonna say, look, Mo Salah has a different starting point than a whole lot of players because he's
credit
been
in the bank.
He's been don't even mean it in that way. I mean different starting point as he's been absolutely incredible for a period of 5 years. So you always like catch yourself expecting more and more and more from him because he's been the guy that's delivered goals for us over the last 5 years. He scored a goal. He was a bright spark all game, created a chance for Darwin Núñez that there is no excuse. New player, old player, 64 million, 6 million should be scoring that one-on-one. And Trent created a one-on-one as well for Núñez in the first half and missed it. And, you know, towards the end, once again, Virgil van Dijk not tight enough on the guy. Joe Gomez not tight enough on the guy. And we concede him in the 90th minute. And you know what's the fucked up part? This is the fucked up part before I get onto Klopp and everything else. Most fucked up part is it was the 85th minute at Anfield. We're drawing 1-1 to Leeds. Instead of us having the ball and attacking and trying to score, Leeds had the ball and they were attacking and they were trying to score the second goal and they were pushing. Did Leeds deserve the win? 100%. They didn't deserve a draw. They deserved to win that game. They were the much better team and they created much better, more dangerous opportunities than we did. And, you know, this brings us at the doorsteps. You know, sometimes I just wish people listened, man. It's just so fucked up. I just wish people listened. Second game week after Palace, Battle of the North, I said this statement on the show. I said, I worry there will come a time in which people will be Klopp out. And once again, now you see it. Trending on Twitter, Klopp out, all of this stuff. And you know, they always laugh. Whenever they hear me first say it, they laugh. Same thing I said with the midfield, same thing I said with the transfer signing, same things I said about the manager. And here we are, you know. And Jurgen Klopp, 1 minute before halftime, there's video evidence that I can send to Matisse right now that he can play on the channel, called his substitutions bar for bar, word for word. I said Curtis Jones is coming on, Henderson's coming on, and Milner's coming on. Before the halftime whistle even went, before the second half even started, I said those three would come on. Horrible substitutions. The Milner for Trent substitution made no sense. Because even Flores just said Trent actually played well. He actually dealt very well with Jack Harrison, even defensively. Never mind going forward. Like, he did well defensively. Jack Harrison wasn't getting change out of him. Jack Harrison actually switched sides to go to Robertson's side. Trent really did deal with him properly. And at least his crosses were a little bit semi-dangerous. But Jurgen Klopp, for some reason, thinks James Milner's Maicon or Dani Alves. So he brings him on at right back. Thinks,
he loves bringing on James Milner, doesn't he?
I don't know why. And you know what James Milner did?
Experience, man.
First man, cross first man, cross first man, cross goal kick, cross first man. That's all Milner did. So that doesn't help us. Curtis Jones, I do not need 30 more seconds of this man to know he's not good enough. He's a non-player controlled, like, it's type of thing. Like, he's just an NPC. He's an NPC who can dribble. That's it. He drops the shoulder nice, and then he makes a bad decision, and then he makes another bad decision, and then he makes a shit pass.
What's an
but
NPC?
He dribbles nice, and he drops the shoulder. So everyone's like, oh, Curtis Jones.
Yo, Husam,
Henderson,
sorry to cut you off. What's an NPC? I genuinely don't know.
Non-player controlled. You know when you play, like, you know,
what?
You know when you're playing GTA and there's a like random person just walking in the street? That's Curtis Jones. You can't even control
police force, maybe
useless.
And to essay, how am I trying to provoke you? Milner adds experience, does he not? Why do I get people on me for being like that's obvious?
Flawless. The thing is, he is shit in his original position in midfield.
That's a whole.
Was he not having a decent couple of games at right back anyway?
Yeah, he did. He locked up.
No,
like you were talking about City and locking up Foden and stuff like that.
Because you wanted to run an agenda against the guy that plays ahead of him.
I'm not running an agenda. He's been poor. Has he not been?
Matisse, the only good game he played was against City, and because we played a low block. So all Milner had to do was tackle Foden and hoofball it up front. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. Trent could have done that.
I say I disagree in the chat, by the way.
A low block.
And apparently he pocketed Foden. Now all he did was hoof the ball upfield.
No, but he did pocket him. He did pocket him.
How agendas change.
But we played in a low block. Playing a right back as a low block is much different than playing expansive football. If you
been one of them pockets that is sewn closed.
True. That's very
true. If you park the bus next game, Cancelo's going to look a lot better defensively. Just because you park the bus. It's the system, is the way you're playing. So anyway, Jordan Henderson, once again, comes on. Same problem. Fabinho is moving like a cone. You can just dribble past him and he's just standing there. There's nothing to, you cannot do anything about it. You know, Joe Gomez looks like crap. It's just, I don't even know what to say because Gomez plays right back.
Gomez was getting England shouts after one good cameo or one good performance.
I do not think
not like Liverpool's fan base. Not like Liverpool's fan base at all.
Yeah.
I call him Joe Mings. I don't even say England call up. To be fair, Tyrone Mings does get England call up.
It's just insane. It's like you guys, it's like Liverpool fans.
Look, this brings us back.
Hold on.
Let me just do one final thing.
He just called him Joe Mings.
Yes, I did. That's
he's not that bad. He's not that bad.
Yeah, he's worse.
No, he's not. Anyway, no, to be fair, he's actually not even bad at all. It was just a bad moment for him.
100%.
This chat really don't like me. This is terrible.
We had like 7-8 bad moments this season. Big up. 7-8 bad
Matisse is defending Gomez because he's from London. That's what it is.
100%.
He gets that.
But also because Mings is that bad. Let's be real.
Mings is minging.
Yeah. Anyway, forget Mings. Look, now this brings us back to the doorsteps of the manager. Because whatever we're changing, it's still not working. Salah central, we look like shit. Salah wide, we look like shit. Thiago Fabinho, we look like shit. Thiago Henderson, we look like shit. Fabinho Henderson, we look like shit. Gomez right back, Milner right back, Trent right back, crap. Tsimikas Robertson, crap. Matip Van Dijk, crap. Gomez Van Dijk, crap. It's just, there is no real solution to this. The reason why we're fully fucked, I said it last week, there's 3 solutions. The owner's leaving, not going to happen. The manager leaving, not a solution at this moment in time because Pochettino is not an upgrade, not even similar level. There's no one out there who's even similar level to him. And I'd rather stab my balls with a fork. And the third solution is the transfer window.
Thomas Tuchel is that bad? You'd rather stab your balls?
Thomas Tuchel. We say Tommy Tuchel. The gap between the two.
From Chelsea, and you can ask Matisse for the same.
So it's your ego. That is your ego that's
not addressing his midfield. Why should I go get a manager who doesn't address his midfield when my midfield is sorting?
Again, Husam, no. To the point, you said there's not an upgrade, and you were mentioning levels. To me, if you have Klopp above Tuchel, cool. But I'm saying that there isn't a world of difference in levels between those two. Is what I'm saying.
Not to me.
So you think there's a level between them? You reckon there's that huge a gap?
Levels, not just.
You think it's levels?
Yes. Thomas Tuchel has not achieved a single thing of significance as much as Klopp did. Even the Champions League at Chelsea.
Yeah, that's very significant.
That's extreme.
Significance as to what Klopp did.
It's about, I'd say, one winning the Champions League and the other is the same.
And then both going, didn't they?
Do you know what? All I'm going to say, hold on.
All these managers won the league with PSG.
All I'm going to say is that for a few penalty kicks, this conversation will be very different for you, and you know that. But because you won a couple penalty shootouts last season, you have chest. If we had got our penalty shootout kicks last season and beaten you twice in 2 finals, you wouldn't be having this chest with Thomas.
For a few penalty kicks.
For a few penalty kicks. So that's why I keep reminding you lot to be a little bit more respectful of Thomas Tuchel, because it's only a couple penalty kicks as to why you talk like this. It's as simple as that. Okay. Because it's only last season that Klopp finally collected all of the trophies in England, which took him how long to do? And if you had lost those penalty shootouts, which you easily could have, and you didn't deserve to win those matches because they were even 50-50 matches, then Tuchel would be 1 Premier League title away from eclipsing everything in England and winning all trophies in England. So
fantastic.
Let's
if it wasn't for penalty kicks, you'd be on 0.
Let's relax with the disrespect.
If it wasn't on penalty kicks, you'd be on 0 Champions Leagues. Where do we go from here? Who? Chelsea.
We didn't win we didn't win the Champions League on penalties.
Oh, the first one you forgot.
I'm not talking about. Why would I be talking about Di Matteo? I'm talking about Tuchel.
I'm using your logic against you.
We won it in normal time. No, but I don't disrespect that Bayern Munich performance because we won on penalties. I'm just saying don't disrespect Thomas Tuchel because you won a couple cups on penalties. Yeah. You won a couple cups on penalties.
Didn't win the Champions League.
You didn't. You had a parade.
That's not my point.
You had a parade after winning 2 cups on penalties. Did you not?
Okay.
Yes.
You said
right then. So just know that the margins are very fine.
Would be different. If it wasn't for penalty kicks, you wouldn't have won the Champions League in the Allianz Arena, and that great victory wouldn't have happened. Where do we go from here?
I'm not saying don't celebrate it. I'm saying don't be disrespectful just because you won.
I am not being disrespectful. Thomas Tuchel got sacked from Chelsea because of the same exact
thing. No, he didn't. No, that's not the reason he got sacked. He got sacked. He got sacked because he was not able to work with the new ownership. That's why he got sacked. He didn't get sacked for anything else.
So not because he didn't
get sacked based on results. Although if results had carried on going that way, then yes, it would have been.
So not because of the midfield. Not because of the midfield.
Well, the midfield was an error on his part, 100%. But that's not why he got sacked. He didn't get sacked because of the midfield. He got sacked because he couldn't work with.
So he made an error on the midfield, but I should replace the guy who made an error on midfield with another guy who made an error on midfield.
Bro, every manager makes an error. Pep didn't play a DM against Chelsea in the Champions League. Would you not take Pep because he made an error in midfield?
No, but Pep is a lot more ruthless. We need ruthlessness. Pep is a lot more ruthless.
100%, you do need more.
But Pep wouldn't work with us because of the fund.
So wait, who's the ruthless manager then? Who is the guy? Because you're fully Klopp in.
Let me just finish, and you will.
Okay, then, and then I've got questions.
So pre-World Cup as of today, there is no one available who I would take. There is no one.
Okay.
The third solution is getting players in, and until January we can't do that. So we are just in a position where we have dug ourselves a hole and we've buried ourselves in it. The only 2 managers that I think could come in and be of equal level to Klopp or better, I don't know, up to you, I'll leave that to you, is Hansi Flick or Luis Enrique. Those 2, they'll only be available post-World Cup. So as of today, they're not available. So there's nothing we can do about it. So, that's what I'd say. And even if you want to go deeper into the Tuchel conversation, he didn't achieve like Klopp did at Mainz. He didn't achieve like Klopp did at Dortmund. And in the Premier League, he didn't achieve like Klopp. The only time he won league titles was with PSG, which if I send Flawless there, he'd win the league as well. So it's not really
that's debatable still. But go on.
I need to look at the team that Tuchel had at Dortmund because I'm pretty sure Klopp had Lewandowski. So I just need to check. need to check what team.
He had Lewandowski. So, people, let me tell you the facts, because I've had this conversation with Chelsea fans before. Let me tell you the facts.
I said I
This
need
is
to
the
check.
fact. When Klopp first walked into Dortmund, they were in
Some
the
going down
bottom
with the
10,
ship.
and he made.
I'm not saying.
champions.
Listen, I'm not saying he didn't
And
do a
he made them
brilliant job.
league champions
I'm not
2
saying he
years
didn't do a
after.
brilliant job.
Tuchel walked into the already cleaned up Dortmund that had the good players, that had the status, and he didn't win the league in Germany. Didn't win the league.
Bayern Munich have a hold on that, so I wouldn't use that as a stick to beat
Who
you
ruined that
with. I
hold?
would just say that
Who
Klopp did a
ruined that
brilliant job.
hold? Who ruined that hold?
Yeah,
Who
Klopp.
ruined
I
that
give him
hold?
credit. I give him credit. Listen, everybody
Thank
knows
you.
Klopp is a great
That's why
manager.
he's
I just didn't appreciate the fact that you would put your balls through such pain and aggro by stabbing them to shit because of Tuchel coming in as manager.
I
feel
don't
like
know.
I feel like that's a little bit. I feel like that's a little bit dramatic
He
on your
plays
part.
shit football.
That's like,
He'd have
I
Salah
didn't.
on goal.
No. Relax. I didn't say that Sam Allardyce was coming in. You don't need to put you're willing to stop your continuation of your bloodline potentially over Tuchel. Is it that deep? You're not going to have any offspring. You're going to have no offspring because of Tuchel. Is that what you're telling me?
He plays shit football. He'd have Salah on 3 goals.
He doesn't play shit football.
And he's levels below Klopp. Simple.
That is yes, he played. The football was poor in the last few months or whatever, but he didn't play shit football the whole time. I would disagree with that.
Okay, he played good football for 3 months, and then it was crap for the rest of the time. And he was arrogant on the midfield, just like
I don't get it. So how come you so sold on Enrique? What did Enrique do that you're sold? I'm genuinely asking it because you mentioned
people joined the Dortmund team that Klopp left stuck in the European. Yeah. Like I said, I have to go back and check. I know Husam could be waffling.
I've done my research.
He said
that's definitely a possibility.
Listen, a lot of people are telling you that you're chatting shit. You're just waffling. Hey, I said I'm going to check the tapes. I didn't.
But what did I say?
You said that apparently he was.
I said Klopp won 2 Bundesliga titles.
He left a brilliant team for Tuchel, and Tuchel should have won the league with Klopp's Dortmund. Now the comments are telling me that you left a shabby team in the Europa League.
Yeah, wasn't
I don't know what to listen to anymore.
Yeah, was it not his 7th season? Was it? Is that not where the 7th season syndrome?
We are looking at when
Klopp
first walked in to Dortmund versus when Tuchel first walked into Dortmund.
Anyway, let's talk about Van
Dijk. He knows he's going to lose.
Because we don't have time. We don't have time. We're wasting. Let's talk about why Van Dijk is walking. Let's talk about why he's not defending an American town called Somerville. I want to know these.
I would drop him. I'm done with Van Dijk, to be honest with you.
You play Gomez and Konate.
The problem is Gomez is the only option, to be honest.
Nat Phillips and Konate. What about Nat Phillips?
Nat Phillips and Konate, I'd be down, to be honest. I wouldn't.
There we go. Nat Phillips and Konate. That
genuinely wouldn't be too mad at that. Van Dijk's performance is just so.
It's bad, but you can't drop him.
So horrible. It's just undefensible. You know, like people like. You know what it is? I've defended Salah. I've defended Trent.
It's getting tiring.
And I've also given them their fair share of like blame. But Salah can at least give you a moment a game. He can at least give you a goal. He can at least create you a chance. Trent can give you a good cross a game that can win you a game. Van Dijk is just playing like he don't give a fuck. Respectfully, I hope he get knocked out in the group stages. Fuck the World Cup. I don't give a fuck what they're going to do in the World Cup. That does not affect my life, not one bit. I support Liverpool and I'm Jordanian. We've never been to the World Cup to begin with. So I don't give a fuck about like international football like that. So I don't care about Virgil van Dijk, saving yourself for the World Cup. Don't fucking play them. Just train every week and just go play with
Has he said that though?
When he needs to be
Sam,
no.
has he
He's
said
not
that?
said that, but it's the way he plays.
It's an excuse that Liverpool fans are using.
Yeah, it's an excuse. It's an excuse.
It's not an excuse.
And here's another thing.
Well, if he hasn't said it kind of is. It's like we could all
he's never going to come out and say it.
And his
son
guys, I'm saving myself for the World Cup.
Sam, but then in that case, we could probably all say that about something in our teams. This is the thing. Like when Klopp came out after the game and was saying, all the crap he said, everything he said, other teams could claim. And again, you saying, well, Van Dijk, he's performing like that because I could come out and say, I don't know, Akanji's shit a right back because he's waiting until the World Cup or something like that. It's every team.
Is that a legitimate excuse that they're making?
But why
that's what they're saying. They're saying he's saving himself for the World Cup and that. I blame the manager for not motivating.
I'm not giving it as an excuse.
Mother Teresa,
I'm blaming him
I'm
for
saving
thinking
myself
this way.
No, it's just everything I hear from Liverpool's manager. I mean, they get it off the manager. The manager comes out with excuses that any club could use, and then And now fans are doing the same thing. Like I'm going to hear soon that the cereal in the canteen got changed, and that's the issue. Like we shouldn't blame Klopp, we shouldn't blame the players because they had to eat Aldi Weetabix instead of name brand Weetabix. It's just
Have I said that? Daps?
To be fair, if you do drop off from a strong Weetabix down
Have
to
I
a
said
Aldi,
that?
Yeah, you do. To be fair, it does. It
That's
does.
true,
Get
innit?
you hungry.
Yeah,
I've never
that is
said
true,
that
innit?
ever.
Because
I'm
they
not gonna
took, they
lie.
took the sugar out of Cocoa Pops and they're not the same. And I haven't been the same since.
And you know,
exactly.
and guys, what do they always say? If you don't start your morning off right, the rest of your day is ruined.
You got standing. You
Yes,
got
we
start
saw
off
that.
So
correctly.
Van Dijk,
4-1.
we figured it out.
100%.
Van Dijk's Cocoa Pops have been infiltrated.
They
By
have
Saturday
been. I
evening, they were
understand that.
fucked.
I don't eat it
Thiago
anymore because
Silva's
they took the
oatmeal
sugar
has
out.
been
It's
penetrated as well.
outrageous.
Look at Sam fighting back on the Thiago Silva slander. The
best
difference
centre-back in the
is
world
Thiago Silva is
allowed
38
Trossard
years
to score
old.
4 goals.
The difference is Thiago Silva is 38 years old and Van Dijk is in his prime. So don't.
The
No,
difference
this is the
is
same
you
as I
Let's
guys
told
not
you
do
about.
this. Let's not do this.
You
Bro,
guys
it's the
love
same
to
as
miss
Fabinho
goals.
and Fernandinho.
Listen.
Same as
The
Fabinho,
reason why.
Fernandinho.
The reason
Let
why
me
you
know when
can't
I
do
can
this
speak.
is because your centre back was meant to be better than John Terry and was meant to be one of the, if not the best centre back
Have I
ever
said
to
that?
grace the Premier League. Not you, but according to again
Why
your
should I
fan base.
answer for other people's crimes?
Because you're the
Bring me them
representative.
and
What the
ask
fuck
them.
you
You
want?
don't,
You're a
because you are the
representative.
representative. You are the representative.
Okay.
That
He
is
was
fact.
the best centre back ever to grace the
Matisse,
Premier
I will
League.
ask
So why
you
is he
this
falling
one
off for
time and one
31?
time only.
He's only
If you
31.
do you want to play that game?
And he looks
That's fine,
young.
bro.
He clearly
Do
uses his
you
cocoa
want to
butter.
play
He
that
doesn't look
game
like
till
he's
the
old.
end of the Battle of the North? Do you want to play that game? Because I will hold every single one of you accountable for shit you didn't say.
Well, you can't hold me accountable. You can't hold me accountable because I'm the host. We don't talk about Chelsea.
One second. Flawless has said multiple times he doesn't think United are going to finish top 4. I can bring you 30 United fans that think they're going to finish top 4.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to
cool.
hold Flawless accountable to what he said, not what the other 30
But
guys said.
the thing is, though,
don't
you
hold
still
me
ask me about that,
accountable.
though. No. You still ask me about that, which is
Alright,
cool.
I
though.
understand.
You can
No,
ask
No,
me.
but I ask you if you change your mind. Not if,
Yeah.
oh, by
That's
the way,
cool.
the other guy said
He's making a
they're gonna
good
finish
point.
top 4.
He's making a good point. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, but we don't care
hold me
because it's a
accountable
Sam.
for what they
You know
said.
what I'm saying?
Number 2, let me clarify. I am not making an excuse for Van Dijk. I
You
am
don't care,
blaming
yo.
him for it. I am doing the opposite of what you are saying I'm doing.
Yeah.
You're misunderstanding me. I'm not saying that what Virgil van Dijk is doing, this is an excuse because he's saving himself. No, I'm saying I'm blaming him for doing that. There is no excuse for you to care more about the World Cup than the club you're playing for right now.
No,
You're
but
playing for Liverpool Football Club. You go out there, you represent the club.
Nah, Husam, that wasn't my point. Sorry, my point wasn't that you're making an excuse for him. What I'm saying is that we don't know that. His form just might be shit. It might not be that, oh, he's saving himself. He's still a world-class player. He's just saving himself. He just might be in shit form. Like, everyone's going, oh, no, Van Dijk could never be in shit form. He's just saving himself. No, bro, he's in shit form. Like, you don't want to be in shit form going into a World Cup. You wouldn't do that.
Have I
That's
not
not going to
said
be
that,
good for your
Daps?
confidence.
Have I not said that? Have I not called him crap multiple times?
Husam, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're saying anything, but this whole thing seems to be that, oh, it's because he's saving himself. Not saying you're saying that. All I'm saying is, has anyone, like, it's like no one wants to just accept that Van Dijk's in shit form. Everyone wants to go, no, he's saving himself. And it's like, no, maybe this fucking God Van Dijk, like, I've seen it, the amount he looks at other defenders and blames them, I think he's got away with a lot for way too long, to be honest. It's just now, like, there's no one to look at and blame no more. Like, who's your captain at the moment?
Jordan Henderson.
That prick.
Which
Jordan
prick? There's a
Henderson
few.
is his name. Yeah. There's
No,
more
there's
than
not
one.
a few pricks. There's one massive prick, and that's
If you wear a Liverpool shirt, you are 110% a
Yeah,
prick. But
I mean,
Jordan
there's
Henderson in
literally a
particular.
squad of pricks, to be fair.
No,
You
it's
have,
not a
that
squad of
you have that
pricks.
imaginary bird on your chest, yeah. You automatically.
Well, he's a prick as well, the bird, to be fair. But
Yeah.
The bird has 6 Champions Leagues.
Oh, I
Well,
was
he's
gonna
a
get to
prick.
this. This was my exhibit A.
Fucking scored! Leeds have fucking scored the hate goal you in the
guys,
89th minute because we fucking
What got thrown?
so fucking crap.
What got thrown?
Yo,
Was
this
that a
ball.
knife or a
Is that
pen?
what he said something at the end of that I wanted to get to. He said something at the end of that. He was like, "Fuck these players, fuck this club, foot Klopp. So that's what I was gonna get to. That's exhibit A because you said foot Klopp. Where are we on the Klopp meter? That's what I want to know. Husam.
No.
You were Klopp fix the fuck. No, this needs to be addressed. You were Klopp fix the fuck up. So where are we on the Klopp to fix the fuck up meter? Where
I'm
are
still
we? This
in
is
the
what I
same
want to know.
place.
So nothing's changed.
I think it's better to ask him after the World Cup because he's going to keep
nothing's
giving you the
changed.
same answer.
No. He can't. No. Matisse, we ain't doing that. Husam ain't saving himself to the World Cup. Is he Van Dijk? This don't work. Like no. This is not what we did.
Let him save himself until after the World Cup, please. You can't keep asking him this every single week. Let him save himself. Let Husam save himself until after the
Someone
World
was
Cup.
like, why'd you lot all gang? Fuck this. This is what
every single week.
This is war.
And I have to answer that question from Connor because this was a question, right? I want to involve the comments a little bit more. Get your questions in for sure as well. He was saying, what was he saying? He was saying why. Oh, he said, what did Liverpool do to you, lad? Don't see this chest even for Arsenal. So let me tell you, right? I used to be really nice to Liverpool. Over the last couple of years, I've been quite nice. Do you know what I'm saying? I've afforded you for your injuries when you had those massive injuries and you finished third. And people were saying, oh, why are Liverpool like the way they are? And I said, listen, they've got a bunch of injuries right now. They've had to move midfielders into defense. The whole team's been ripped up, etc., etc. I even had a liver Chelsea moment. You know what I'm saying? Where I had the badges all mixed and shit to try and help you guys out with some of the slander you were taking. I was being all nice. And then I went onto YouTube a couple times and I seen Saeed and Grizz over the summer dragging my club on Saeed TV. And I said, fucking fly in my face. I said, I ain't going to stand for this shit no longer. I've been very nice. And I'm seeing this really little nasty digs for Chelsea and the new ownership and Tuchel. I said, I'm not going to let these two Big Six members drag my club. I said, I don't like this. I said, I was really nice to Liverpool. And Grizz was going at Chelsea, digging. I said, all right, cool. So now I'm dragging you lot. And I'm not going to lie. You're going to have to just hold. You're going to have to firm that. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to hold that. I used to be nice to you lot, but you man didn't return the favor. Do you know what I'm saying? When we had our injury issues, you didn't mention it.
Leave me out of this.
We had our injury issues. And I was like, because they'll remember on the Big Six, I used to say, I said, Grizz, I said that you guys have had massive injury issues. Now, come on, help me now, defend me here. We had a lot of injury issues, right? And then man was like, what? Who are you? What's your name? I don't know about any of that. Never heard of it, mate. What? You got injuries? Nah, mate, you're playing like crap. None of my business. I said, cool. Here's what it is. So yeah,
it's a lot simpler for me and Flawless to answer that. We fucking hate Liverpool. That's
why do you hate Liverpool though? You're a Man City fan. You ain't got no beef with Liverpool like that. I know you had your little moment in the game.
No. So I've been through this before. Now I've been through this before. Me personally, I inherited it. I inherited it from my dad. Like it's just a thing. Like there's admittedly Man United and Liverpool's rivalry. Yes, that's bigger, but generally Manx don't really like Scousers. It's just the way it is. And then there's the other thing that obviously for the last few years, Husam, I'm not saying you, but generally we've faced all these, I don't want to go through it because I know it irritates the shit out of you, Matisse, but the Klopp Pep, the defenders, no City defenders get into the combined 11s and all this. And now it's just like, and whenever I'm trying to argue, generally at some streams, me against 3-4 Liverpool fans, it's like, it's a pointless argument. And now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, right. So now all of a sudden, Van Dijk's shit, Gomez shit, this person's shit, everyone's shit. And it's like, there we go. That's the issue. I mean, I don't mind. They're bridesmaids, so.
The way you conceded the final, I thought Klopp's post-match presser was very confusing.
What did he say?
He seemed a bit discombobulated, is the word I would use.
Is he befuddled?
Befuddled. Discombobulated, confused, befuddled. These are the words I would use. He for sure, he just didn't really make a lot of sense, to be honest, if I'm being completely honest. But, that is where it is. I think you guys, you've got a free week, right, Husam? Not Champions League, there's nothing to really play for there. And then you play Tottenham away next. Before we move on, I'm guessing your confidence levels. Yeah, but like Champions League is a free week. Like your game doesn't really matter.
You're not playing for You're not playing for anything.
You think Klopp is going to play the kids or something?
He should. No, you got Tottenham away next. It's a big game.
And true, all the issues you say you have, maybe he can find some solutions. I'm saying
tomorrow at 6 when you see the lineups, remember me. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, so do you think Tottenham away is a wrap? Because they're not playing very well right now, and they managed to come back against Bournemouth, but you should be able to go into that game.
Why do I? This has been 33 minutes into the stream.
Yes.
I tell them lion, and they tell me camel. Like why I say something, they misconstrue it every time. Ya akhi, you said the Champions League is a nothing game. I told you not to Klopp. Tomorrow, when you look at the lineups, remember what I said.
Yeah, but I don't understand why it wouldn't be a nothing game.
That being said, though, Matisse, technically,
why?
No, Matisse, from a technical standpoint, they can still finish top of their group, technically, even though it's very, very tough. So if Klopp does play a tough side, if Klopp does play a strong side, I understand why. Because they can finish top of their group.
Let me open this to everybody, right? Because I'm confused. You have a massive game away from home against Tottenham next. Massive, yeah? You just lost to relegation foddlers back to back. You're second in the group. You're 3 points behind Napoli. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you played Napoli, they spanked you 4-1. So unless you're going to beat that aggregate score head to head, you're going to finish second. You can't finish third because you're 9 points clear of Ajax. Please, somebody on this panel, explain to me what the point is of playing a strong team against Napoli, who are going to be a tough game regardless, even if you were to play a strong team, and not focus. Like, why is he even flying? Like, why is he even going to the game? Everybody should just wait for Tottenham, no? The whole week.
He's going to the game. It's not in Naples. It is
it's at home, so you're not flying anyway. But
they can technically, you know what I'm saying, one, confidence, because they did the home record just got destroyed. So that's going to be a big killer for them mentally. You know what I'm saying? And that when that goes, that could be. Secondly, confidence of the players is extremely low as well. So they need to get wins where they can get wins. And if they do manage to get a good result against a very good Napoli side, who have impressed everybody, everyone's been talking up Napoli dark horses for the Champions League. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that can help. And technically as well, they can still finish top of the group.
But Flawless, here's the thing. The whole, a good win against Napoli might be good for them. It won't. This is the thing. We thought that. We thought
how
that
many times have they done this in the Champions League where they think, the Champions League is going to rescue? Like,
but this is not Napoli though. This ain't Rangers.
This is the thing. There's been too many things. Like I came out and said when they when the Queen died and there was that break, I was like, you know what? That's perfect timing for Liverpool. It's a break. They'll come back and watch. They come back, and I think their game after that was Brighton. They'll come back. They'll smack up Brighton. Nope. And then there's the win against Rangers, then the win against City. It's like, right, here comes the momentum. Nope. So I don't think a win against Napoli will give momentum. I think I said it last week. Liverpool have gone from being, and this is why I kept putting Liverpool as our nearest title challengers, because they're that team that can put together a run of 15, 16, 17 games. They can't put a run together of about 5 games. They're not that team no more. They are ultimately, like, you see how Leeds have been shit all season, but they got up for the Liverpool game. Yeah. Well, Liverpool is similar. They've been shit all season, but got together for the City game. That's all they are now. They're just Blackburn.
So you're taking that back now, which is they're not.
Oh no, 100% taken back. They ain't our nearest. This season they ain't running any. They're not going to finish second. They're not.
You already said that like 3 weeks ago, I think.
Napoli after the Brighton game, I think you're right, Husam. After
play the clip and put Henry's comment up, because
that is a very mad.
Look at the timing. Look at the timing.
Training is
the timing of the video. Here's the thing: is if you do rest players, they get more time to train for that Spurs game. It helps.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, but anyway, let's
I see both sides.
44th minute.
Great advertising for your watching.
Milner, Henderson, Ox, Jones, Simicas, Fabio, Nat, Keller. The substitutions are going to be as follows: Milner, Henderson, Curtis Jones. Those 3 are coming on. Our bench.
Wow,
that's how predictable.
Yeah, and you got it spot on.
If Don Husam 6 can predict it, do you think, like
opposition manager
Jesse Marsh can predict it? Of course he can.
To be fair, because you're shit at predictions, so for you to get that right,
I'm very good at predictions. This club.
That was so mean. That was just mean.
Low. Hey, chat. Why wait? The chat. Why you not getting on?
What does that mean?
Anyway,
the chat. Before we go, you know what I'm saying? If I would have said what Daps said, you lot would be on my case in that. How come you not?
I'm gonna get a fucking yellow card now, innit? Jesus,
this is outrageous. You know what I'm saying?
Give him a yellow.
Chat would be on my case if I said.
Give him a yellow out of sympathy.
This is outrageous, man. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll take one for the tape. Is that all?
That's all fucking.
No dissent. I'll take it.
Do you know what? Daps never a foul. It is a foul. All right. Today
it wasn't. It was more
of a 2-footed.
That was a 2-footed
to the back of his head. Do you know what? Yeah,
I'm on the Bernardo Silva
Raspadori,
one. That's all it is.
Raspadori, and the other player that I can't pronounce. I don't know if anybody else can.
Maradona, just call him. Make your life easy.
Oh, the bad boy Georgian.
Yeah,
Maradona.
Yeah, that's what he called
I can't
him,
even pronounce his first name, so I'm just screwed regardless. But them two,
Kvichak,
it could be a long
Maradona,
day.
that's it.
Could be a long day.
Napoli, would we all agree? Napoli probably this season best team in Europe this season potentially.
Yes.
That's what people have been saying.
I think it's
to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest. I've obviously when it gets to knockout stages as a City fan, I don't want to face any club with like the one. I don't want to face Liverpool. I don't want to face Chelsea. I don't want to face.
You wouldn't want
Bayern.
to. Okay.
I don't want to face teams that have done it before. Knockout stage is different to group stages, isn't it? That's the way it is. The other team I really don't want to face is Napoli because they're the one team. They'll just outscore us. They're like, that's their minute. They're mad.
Yeah, actually, this is a great predictions for Sam for the next two Liverpool games.
I predicted that we'd finish second in this group as well.
Fair enough.
That's all well and good. Predictions for these next two games.
Speaking of the devil, Grizz, make sure you don't go anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you don't go anywhere. I saw the picture of
all these questions you asked me earlier about what he said. You ask him.
Husam, I want your predictions on the next two Liverpool games. Napoli at home, Spurs away. What are you saying?
Listen,
I'm
fuck
listening.
my club, man. I don't
That's
know.
not a prediction. I need scoreline.
I mean, that's a good prediction.
We're gonna move on.
Napoli, I'd say 1-1. Spurs is a bit different because we turned up against City this season, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah,
so same.
exactly.
I don't know
if
Klopp will park the bus because if we do park the bus, then Spurs can't score against a low block. So maybe that would be smart.
First away win of the season.
I'm fully going to that game expecting a Spurs win.
No. Hold on. Let's ask the next three games. Who have you got after those two?
No, because we got him next week on the show. So
no, but what I'm saying is, I'll put it out there. They beat Napoli. They beat Tottenham. And then whoever they've got the week after, it's probably someone like Bournemouth at home. They'll lose. Yeah, there we go. They'll lose that one. They can get up to the big games. That's who they are now. They can get up to the big games, but then
they got to get their first away win of the season sometime. Why not Spurs?
We'll see. Let's move on. Manchester United. De Gea, 56th best Spanish player in the world is what is on my title because he didn't make the 55 provisional man squad.
Yeah, I see you ain't slick, but we move.
He's not slick either, according to the Spanish manager.
He's definitely not.
But he did save you guys. He did save you guys.
Yes.
He did save you guys at the end. I thought West Ham were very negative in their approach. I'm not going to lie. With Downs in the 10 position, that was very disgusting to have to watch that. I'm not going to lie. But they did pepper your goal afterwards in the second half. But, I mean, talk to me because you guys won the game in the end. You did your thing. Were you impressed with the performance or was it just get in and get out kind of job?
Grounded. Yeah, we grinded. Yeah, we grinded out. Before we grinded out the win, obviously, I'm happy about. It's been one of our... In recent times, I've been praising how good our performances have been. That's been one of our worst performances in recent times. But however, getting the win is important because I was confident before the game. And then I jumped on the watch along. Shout out to my Taza when I jumped on my watch along. And I was like, what are you saying about this game? And he was like, I'm less confident now because of our front four, because of the lineup. And then I seen the front four. And then I was like, I fully understand why you are not confident. And that hit my confidence. When I seen Alanga, Bruno, Rashford, Ronaldo, that's not a front four that is productive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not a cohesive unit. It's no why Anthony, I've said
no fun.
No Anthony, you know what I'm saying? No Martial. I like whether you rate Anthony, whether you rate Martial, whether you rate Sancho, they offer something different in those forward areas. And I've spoken on this in the show. And I've also spoken on our squad and the depth. And I've said this last week. I've said it many times before on all streams, how our depth is why I don't think we'll finish top four. And that's only a couple of injuries to our attacking area. Only a couple of injuries. And look at that front four. That is not a top four front four. It's not, even though they managed to get the job done. Onto the game, you always know it's going to be tough. David Moyes' team. We've seen many of his teams. They're going to be well organized, well drilled, tough to beat, going to compete. And I knew, especially with that front four, it was going to be great.
Can tell he raps.
Great. He's got bars for days. That's the second time he's rhymed in the last 2 minutes. Bloody hell.
That's an accident. I didn't even know the first time. You know
and every time Liverpool loses, I notice he always puts up that post on Instagram. I'm watching him as well. I'm glad he doesn't do that on Oz.
I give the people
that's the worst bar in the whole song as well.
I give it. You know what? I agree with you. It is actually the worst bar in my verse, but it's the one people.
I do like that Husam's watched the whole video though.
Yeah. Hassam a real one. I've said it. He my
Well,
favorite
I always
rival.
support Flawless, man.
Yeah, he my favorite rival.
Flawless.
I've said this.
And I support all of you guys. I told Matisse in a highlighted comment that he aired that Formula 1 is not a sport, but he aired me on his Twitter.
Yes, that was
So he
rude.
can-
I didn't enjoy that comment. That's why I aired it purposefully.
But
Anthony,
yeah,
But you didn't get a fucking card for that, though, did you?
what?
Being rude.
Who should
I
get
was
the
in the
card?
comment section.
I'm going to be careful what I say. Are you going to pull out a
You
red?
cannot
So no,
give
nothing.
cards to the comment section, Dap. You cannot give
Why,
cards to
why
the
would he get a
comment
yellow card for supporting my shit?
No, for you. Oh, being rude. Anyway,
facts. But yeah, to this, I literally mentioned as a if you was listening, I literally said whether you rate Anthony, whether you rate Martial, whether you rate Sancho. I literally said that 2 minutes ago. They offer something different within our forward areas. But yeah, great goal by Rashford, who I like how Ten Hag's getting a tune out of him as well. Again, defensive is a strong part of our team defensively, and it goes to. It's no surprise considering that's where Ten Hag strengthened the most. This is why I've been confident going into games. And some people have taken like my confidence in my team as arrogance. Like, no, I'm not saying we're the best. I'm not saying we should be feared. I'm just saying going into games, I'm confident of us winning matches. We ain't conceded at OT in however long. You know what I'm saying?
four games on the bounce. I'm glad to
something
mention
like-
that because it is relevant.
Do
you not think there's
Go on.
something I'm seeing, right? That is admittedly on the road, you still dropped some points and whatever. But one of the biggest things that I noticed last season, but I've noticed it for 4, 5, 6 seasons. But last season, when Everton came to your ground and they were doing the Sue and whatever, and I was like,
Yeah.
it was that point where I was like, Old Trafford is not a fortress. Literally,
No.
shit teams are coming and laughing at you. But if you notice it this season, very quickly, Old Trafford is getting back to like you're winning most games at Old Trafford now. Admittedly,
Yes.
I think it's rocking more.
Absolutely. The atmosphere is better, yes, because people are having faith in the team. They put up a stat during the game as well, and I think we've lost 0 points from winning positions, which goes to show the mentality, which goes to show what I've been talking about from a defensive standpoint. Like I don't worry about my team defensively, and will games
But you
happen where
did
Manchester United
yesterday.
are poor defensively? Yes,
But you would have yesterday because, and I think it is worth saying because listen,
Go on.
we've all slandered him. Maguire came in yesterday, right?
go on.
And
I'm
I've
glad you
been
mentioned
open
him.
to say that my issue with Man United is that when you've got Varane, when you've got your main four, is fine. But the minute that sorry, I've just had a zombie walk in my room. It's mad. But yeah, the minute that Maguire comes in, things might change. But the fact is, Maguire came in yesterday. You still kept a clean sheet. And to be fair, for the last 15, 20 minutes, Maguire was quite good.
I give him credit because one thing about our team is we're not the tallest in terms of height. West Ham are very tall. Like I said, you know what anyone who's watched David Moyes knows what his teams are like. Harry Maguire won so many headers in regards to set pieces when we were defending corners, when we were defending free kicks, when he was crossing the ball into the box. Dalot did the same as well. Is Maguire the guy? No. Is our level going to drop off? Yes. He's our 4th best centre back. So that is 110% going to happen. But he came into the squad.
Yeah.
He did his job. You know what I'm saying? Dalot defensively, and they mentioned, I've been talking about Dalot defensively. He was good. Martinez is just Martinez. All of a sudden, nobody's mentioning his height no more.
And Shaw's improved again.
Shaw, who I've been very
seasons
critical of, he was good. And De Gea, one thing I will never criticize De Gea for is his shot stopping ability. Would I still move him on in the summer? Yes. Even though he's been better. His distribution has been better.
You were linked with that goalkeeper from Porto.
Diogo Costa.
Really
People
good.
continuously mention to mention him to me.
Yeah, his deliveries with his feet, the guy's unreal. The guy,
Yeah,
he's a good shot stopper, but his distribution is.
Did you see the assist
Edison-esque.
against?
Like, he pings balls like Edison, very like dart like. Just he can
you saw the assist against Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah,
man. He saved the penalty that game as well.
Yeah,
Oh, bro,
yeah.
I
The
remember.
guy
I
is
think you need
good.
a more well-rounded goalkeeper, though.
Say again?
I think you need a more well-rounded goalkeeper.
What, is he not good enough?
Ten Hag's not Pep. Ederson doesn't face as much shots because they, as a unit, are so strong. I don't think you have that yet.
No, but I think the thing is, I think we'll get there.
You need a mixture, is what I'm saying.
No, but that Costa.
Of course, you want a good of everything.
Hold on, just because I picked up on that Costa distribution, he seems like pretty good shot stopper as well. He does seem. I mean, look, I haven't watched enough of him, but what
Same.
I've seen, he looks like one of the ones to watch because he's still quite young. So if you're looking at, you know, a long-term replacement, he does look good. Just what you said on Rashford as well.
Yeah.
I've been saying the last couple of weeks that Rashford's form has improved this season. He's looking better, but not my concern, but my observation is that the more he was playing as a number 9 and the pressure was on him to get goals and he wasn't getting goals, his confidence could go. Yep. He got moved out wide at the weekend. Obviously, Ronaldo played through the middle and his output's gone up instantly. He scored and he looked better. Like, I do think he has been good, but I think that he has been a little overhyped. The other day, he looked good. Like, Rashford looked hungry.
I agree with you because he spoke on that after the game in the post-match interview. And he was saying how, he basically saying how mentally last season he wasn't with it. And he said this affected his form. He said he was not confident. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he was stating. And I've mentioned it before. You've mentioned it, Daps. Like, Rashford is better out wide. He is. The problem Manchester United have is, and I've said it on this show already, we're short in attacking areas. So sometimes he has to play up front because we've seen Ronaldo up front. Ronaldo is not. I don't even criticize Ronaldo anymore for his performances because I know the level I'm going to get.
He was a non-entity, wasn't he?
He's always a non-entity.
I actually thought
every time he starts, he's a non-entity.
Yeah, he is. Time. And I actually thought in that game, if you had taken Scamacca and put him in your team, I think you'd be a lot better.
Yes.
Because I think he's shown, I know he hasn't scored many goals, but I think he's shown already in the Premier League that he's a very, very technical player. Very, very good technical player. He can do a multitude of different things. He drops deep, you know, he runs the channels, he can strike a ball from a decent distance as well, put a bit of curl on it. He seems like a very well-rounded technical footballer. I like Scamacca. I like what I've seen of him.
There was something I noticed with Ronaldo at one point yesterday where it was a really good bit of build-up play. And the ball got past to Ronaldo, and it wasn't in the box. He was outside the box. And I just thought he was in this position where a different player would find one more pass that would put you in a killer position. Whereas Ronaldo he weren't looking for no one more pass. He was looking to strike the ball. And you know what? Ronaldo 5 years ago probably would have buried it, but it was a poor shot. And it was just like, that's why he don't suit United no more. The under 10 Hag, you should be looking for that one more pass to put you in a better position. Like, whereas Ronaldo, it was a basic shot at the keeper. It's like,
Ten Hag mentioned this in his post-match interview when he was saying that Ronaldo, he was dropping off way too. I was saying it from the start. Why are you outside the box? Why are you on the left wing? Why are you on the right wing? Like, your best is in the box. You are right now a poach. You are not a very good one, by the way, people. I've spoken on Ronaldo in depth. I didn't want to sign him in the first place. We should have let him go in the summer. I would still let him go in January. That's a whole different conversation. But I think where we're at with him. I understand.
I think with Ronaldo, like I think we spoke on this last week. It's the World Cup for me, because if you want money for him, you ain't getting nothing at the moment. Because any club that does come for him is going to need every penny for the wages. Yeah. But if he has a good World Cup. But if your club's not going to, they might be thinking he has a good World Cup. Yeah, but if you imagine, right?
Do they need money, or do they just need to get rid of him? Do you know what I'm saying?
Someone's saying that they might want a bit of money, but the thing is, even then, there will be clubs out there that no club can look at Ronaldo at the moment and think, you know what, he's coming to our team and he's going to bring this or this. The one thing they can look at is commercial value. Now, if Ronaldo has even half a good World Cup, then his commercial value instantly goes back to what it was because he's Ronaldo. So I think there will be, in January, there could be a chance that they can still get something for him, or at very least, he can get the wage that he wants.
Yeah, best
you got to remember, if you're a footballer and you're sat at a club and you're on, what's he on, 500 grand a week?
Yeah, but that's the reason I was going to add as to why they should not be trying to take any money for him. His overall demeanor, his antics, and the controversy that's been caused, and the wages, and what he does on the football pitch for Manchester United when he plays, don't equate to money first model. It equates to get him out of the club as soon as possible and bring in a striker.
Literally, that's where I'm
bring in a striker, because Man United right now are playing with no striker. And Man United in Ten Hag's system is currently playing with a passenger every match, whether it be Sancho or it be Ronaldo. Now, Sancho is fine because he's still a work in progress, and at least he's on board and he's still, he's talented. But for me, when you take a look at Ronaldo, and Martial's injured, they don't have a striker. If you add a striker to this Man United team and put Rashford back out on the left like you saw, I think Man United, they do have a chance of top four, but I don't think they...
100%, bro. The way they're playing right now. But I think this is the issue that no one seems to speak on. I've heard a lot of people speaking on the Ronaldo moving thing, and everyone's... The fact is, for Ronaldo to move, either he has to... the club and him either need to come to an agreement, right? Because the club can't just terminate his contract, right? They'll have to pay him off, right? Or a club has to come in and offer enough, and he has to agree personal terms with them.
Here's the thing,
if you're a player and you're contracted to a club for 500 bags a week and you're 38, and other clubs are just going, we'll give you 250 a week, then you're going to go, do you know what? I'm just going to sit here ultimately and earn 500 bags a week because he's going to be playing for his team in the World Cup no matter what. He's Ronaldo.
He will be, so, and I'm hoping he has a good World Cup so he can get a move.
The issue is it being an agreement for him to move, because he's probably being stubborn, going, no, I'll sit here and you can pay me 500 grand a week to sit here. Like,
no, I don't think he have that mindset, because he's damaging his own legacy and his own like stature in football. Ronaldo, for me, I'd be surprised if he was comfortable sitting on the bench, considering the fact that he has this aura around him where he wants to be the best player, even though we know he can't be the best player in the world, but he's seeing what Messi's doing. And I always feel like he's going to continue to compare himself and evaluate his own career and his own metrics in comparison to what Messi's doing. So if Messi, because there's no point doing it with Mbappe or Haaland because they're young, so no one cares about that. But with Messi's right now exceeding his games to goal contributions at PSG. True. He's playing really well. Like, Ronaldo will want to keep up with that, even though I don't think he can, but I think he'll want to at least try. So the only way to do that is not to continue sitting on the bench at Manchester United, is to go pick up your shit and go and play football. Do you know what I mean? You need to be playing football. Yeah,
and the problem is with that, Matisse, is, and I've said this the entire summer, some of my own fan base gone to me about it. He was available. Nobody came in for it. You know why? Because nobody wants Ronaldo in 2022. Because he's not it. That's not his fault. He's 37 years old.
And he'll still demand something. He ain't going to play. The thing is, people will take him, but it's this...
I don't think anyone will.
He's not going to go, pay me 50 grand a week and I'll come and pay you.
He still wants to be at the top
level. Arrogance won't allow that neither.
That's like, this is why he ignored Gary Neville. Man, ignored Gary Neville.
Can we talk about that, right?
He has got that, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Gary Neville, was respectful. He was very respectful. Gary Neville.
So you don't think it was a coincidence? You think he did that on purpose? Because
of course he did it on purpose.
Because I saw Michael Richards' video on a little video he was taking of Roy Keane, and it was jokes. Roy Keane and Gary Neville in the lift, and he said to Gary Neville, "How does it feel to be ignored?" And obviously Carragher's ripping the shit out of him as well. And then he was like,
Carragher's had it before though. He did.
Yeah, he's had it. Yeah, but that's fine because he's a Liverpool player. So and he was onto Ronaldo early. Like, he was on Ronaldo early.
Spot on in what he said.
And he was like, oh yeah, because obviously Gary Neville, do you know what I mean? He was like, listen, that's what happens when you criticize. That's how fragile the ego is. And he's like, yo, you must be watching. You must be watching it. And then he looked at Roy Keane, and Roy Keane was like, I'm not. Because obviously Mick has recorded. He's like, I'm not involved.
I'm not involved. Because he is. And that goes to show that he is watching, because Daps mentioned it. He ignored Carragher for saying the same thing. Neville was very respectful. If Gary Neville had called him out personally, I would understand why he ignored him. All Gary Neville said was, Manchester United are a better team without him. Outside of Ronaldo and Roy Keane, everybody agrees with that. I always say this when fans try and argue. When I'm arguing with people of my own fan base, talk to rival fans. Ask a rival fan, when Manchester United are lining up, do they want to see Ronaldo in the lineup?
Bro, like,
I know I could ask all three of you, if you're playing Manchester United, all three of you want Ronaldo to play. Matisse, when we played you recently, did you not want Ronaldo up top?
Yeah, 100%.
My point. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's
the same. It's the same thing.
I think last season, because, and this is where Man United fans not Man United fans, but this is where like Man United media, I will say, get it twisted. They compare Ronaldo this season under an actual system, under an actual structure, with an actual talented manager who has a blueprint and has a plan, with last season when they had Oli and they had Ragnick, who's a technical director. Ronaldo showing individual brilliance in a team that didn't really have a plan, didn't really have a system, didn't really have a way of playing, and didn't really have any sort of long-term aspiration of doing anything, to now is completely like, it's just false. It's just such a poor way of analyzing football. Like, Ronaldo is obviously going to perform the best in a team that thrives on individual ability because it doesn't have any sort of cohesion or any sort of chemistry or any sort of system. If you put an individual, a special individual in chaos, then they're going to look the best because they're the only one that can actually drag you out of shit. But if you put a special individual in the wrong system, or a special individual in a system that doesn't suit them because he's not going to press from the front and he's not going to run the channels, he's not going to do all these things, then that special individual is not more special than the system. And
I get what you're saying.
You've seen Pep and you've seen Klopp literally put together two winning formulas or two systems over the last decade, and Man United media will still bang on about an individual
because you know what it is.
2 years from being 40.
Yeah, because you know what it is. Because you know what it is, Matisse. A lot of people just like Ronaldo and should just say, "Yo, that's my brethren. That's my friend." Number one, just be honest. Because then it's like you should say to your employee Sky in this instance, "I cannot do media on this guy because I'm too close to the situation."
But
That's
bro,
like
does it not get embarrassing for these guys to keep speaking?
Nah,
Ronaldo
they have no shame.
Like he's the second coming of Jesus, and
they
every time he plays, you literally get the proof in the pudding as to why he doesn't play.
They have no shame, and they can't look past. They can't look past goals.
I spoke to a fan like this as well.
All they say
there's
is
some fans
he
like
score
this
goals.
well.
Yeah, there's I've debated with them because all fans can do. All certain
I will
fans
say
can do
stands. I'll just call them stands.
All certain
today
can do
they're like,
goals.
why should I back? There's a guy actually who said this today on today's space. Why should I back Ten Hag over Ronaldo? Ronaldo brought glory to this club. I'm gonna back Ronaldo.
Exactly my point.
Some people do think that way, you know. Some people do think.
But no, there are, and do you know what? You're right, because I've seen it at City already, where I've had someone say to me before, and I know for a fact it was a new City fan, say to me before, yeah, that's the issue with our club. We let players go. And then he brought up, he said, I go, who have we let go that, tell me a player that we have let go that was a legend, because he was saying we disrespect legends. I said, no, we let legends go when ultimately we don't want to see them sitting on the bench because that's not how you treat a legend. We let them go and earn a last wage elsewhere. Tell me a legend that we should have kept. And he said to me, Aguero. And I said, sorry, his last season, he played about 8 games, right?
Yeah, he
went on and literally played 2 games for Barcelona. So how can you possibly, but it's because honestly,
it's emotional attachment.
Yeah, and we see that on Twitter. It's like Ronaldo or Martial. People are not fans.
Man
of the
said
club.
Martial.
Martial, or Martial, or Sheriff, whoever.
Pac-Man says Ronaldo completely forgotten where he's come from. Guy came from nothing, getting paid 500k, but refusing to work, ignoring the people who helped him climb the football ladder. I don't know about the whole refusing to work. I mean, obviously he didn't. He refused to come on. You're right. He refused to come on. Yeah, I do. I don't like to see it. I'm not gonna lie. It was all, when I was saying I don't want him at Chelsea and whatnot, I was very, very passionate about that because I was very clear in my thoughts on that. But I don't like to, and people think now I have a Ronaldo agenda or whatever. I actually don't like to see this because I don't like to see Ronaldo going out like this. He's had such a
going out sad.
It's going out sad, and Ronaldo's had such
that as well.
He's had such an incredible career.
I was never a fan of David Hay, but watching David Hay get punched up by Bellew like an old man falling on the ropes, it's like, you know what? When someone has had a good career, you don't want to see it like that.
But the career is nuts, bro. Like the career he's had, and especially because he naturally had to work for it. Like he wasn't just born with the gift. You could say Messi was just born with a gift. He was just, from the moment he burst onto the scene at 18 on his debut, the man was just special. Do you know what I mean? You could see that he was a freak. Mm-hmm. Whereas Ronaldo, you can actually see the clear development and improvement as a player from Sporting to Man United, first few years under Fergie, doing maybe too many tricks and not having the output, etc. So it's just like to see him kind of tarnishing his own legacy. It's like Kanye West, do you know what I'm saying? Not on that magnitude, but it's like when you have a great and then they start ripping up their own legacy, it's like you don't even want to see that. It's obviously not on the same level, but you get what I'm saying. Like you don't want to see it really.
Rivalry's aside, isn't it?
There's no real enjoyment out of seeing somebody who's done great things in any field and has reached the pinnacle and just dig their own grave for no reason, because this is really it is for no reason.
It's all his own doing. It's all for his own selfish gain, which you don't want to see. Bear in mind, this is one of my favorite Manchester United players of all time. Bear in mind, this is one of my favorite footballers of all time. He's brought my club great things, but Manchester United fans need to get it through their head. He hasn't done anything significant at this football club since 2008. We're in 2022, almost 2023. Shout out to Ten Hag. I got to salute Ten Hag for the way he's dealt with this situation.
Bro,
because he's dealt with it absolutely.
Do you know what?
A1. I couldn't have
I even think
there's nothing more really he could have done.
he's done it so well from the interview straight after the game where he was like, yeah, we saw it. We're not going to talk about that today. Next day, he came out, made the statement and said, he's going to be a miss. He's going to be a miss, but I have to do this for the way that I am running this team, right? And then, obviously, so he sat out. And what I do respect is he showed, that he can be a big man by the minute the ban was over, Ronaldo went back in the team. And that's almost like showing him, listen, there's no hard feelings. Like, this is not...
It's true. He hasn't taken it personally,
You're back in the team. Like I said, we'll miss you. That's why you're going in the team. 2 games in a row, right? He's gone straight back in the team. So he's showing you are a miss. We want
But then,
do
you know what's funny about this? He put him back in the team. He put him back in the team, and it actually works to his favor again because he put him back in the team. Ronaldo wasn't really that good, and now it's like, see, so like Ronaldo can't complain because even Ronaldo looked frustrated with his own performance. Like he missed chances, he missed opportunities to pass or whatever. He had his head in his hands, and it's like, all right, you had your chance. If I bench you next game, I don't want to hear you crying. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you played.
It's on show for everybody, and that's like I said, why I like what Ten Hag's dealing with it. I like how he's dealt with this situation. As much as I see United play and I see Ten Hag operate, even though it's a small sample size, I'm liking more, and it gives me more confidence throughout the rest of the season as well. And
let me rain on this parade and ask you a question. Why does Reece Nelson in 8 minutes have more GA than Sancho all season?
Because Sancho's been poor this season.
So you told me 15 games. We are 15 games into the season. If you count the Champions League, we're actually more than 15 games into the season. Okay. What is your new assessment of Sancho now?
The same he has this season, but he's been poor, but he needs to step up. The same as last week.
How can you say same when you said you're going to change it after 15 games?
I never said I'd change it after 15 games.
So you just have the same stance.
I have the same stance.
Great way to segue, by the way.
So you're okay with a 73 million pound player sitting on the bench?
No, not okay with it. No, he needs to. That's why the key phrase there is he needs to step up.
And if he doesn't step up?
If he doesn't step up, he'll get moved on.
You think someone's going to sign him with 350
Yes,
grand a week?
I think somebody, yes. I think if Sancho fails here, he's not going to leave the game of
350 grand a week? Who's going to pay that?
So what you're telling me is if Sancho fails at Manchester United, he'll leave the sport of football. That's what you're telling me.
No, I never
said that.
I think he'll get stuck on your books, he's saying.
He won't get stuck on the book. We've moved on worse players than Sancho. So yes, if he does fail here,
they didn't get paid as much.
Say that again?
They didn't get paid as much.
Whether they get paid or not. So, all right, so Sancho will be here forever then. Is that what you're telling me?
It was a bit of
about Sancho, he's changing the question.
Do you not? I mean, it was a bit of a mad move to put him on 350k though, starting.
I didn't know on that.
Surely you're not happy with the way your club approaches wage structure. It's mad.
Besides Ronaldo, he's the highest paid.
Do you know what I always say, right? If he was to say it would not have gone downward trajectory, and he would have got better. Say he would have replicated or for some mad way, he would have improved on what he did at Dortmund, at Man United. Like, what's next? Where'd you go from 350k? 400? 450?
Yeah. And again, that's us. That's Manchester United. Not only with Sancho, we've done bad business for the last 10 years, and we are paying for it now. And this is why we have to spend money. This is why I'm so happy about Ten Hag coming in, because for the first time in a long time, I like the window we're having. I like what we're doing. So I'm like, all right, we'll see where it is. And yes, there is issues here. Sancho is not Manchester United's biggest issue. He's not even top 10. He's not top 10 on our playing stuff. Like, people want to pinpoint it because he's not. We have bigger problems than Jadon Sancho at Manchester United football.
You do.
He is not the
that's what people. I think that's what people have to understand as well. As bad as he's been,
comment, please.
As bad as he's been, he will get. I think he'll get every single ounce of an opportunity to show that he's good enough. And we need to remember he has failed at the moment. Let's be 100%. But what year is he in? His second year.
This is second year. Yeah.
I think, and I'm going to say it right now, Jadon Sancho, he signed a 5-year contract. He will get hit minimum 4 seasons to do what he's doing. Well, 4 seasons.
And here's the thing is, he's not the one. I think he's talented. 2, I trust Ten Hag to get the most out of him as well. So even if he was a bench player, cool. I have no issue with Jadon Sancho being on that bench. That's not a problem.
For 350 grand.
Yeah, for 300, yes, it's not a problem.
But Husam, he won't be leaving this summer. Husam, he won't.
I ask you that question. The reason why I ask you that question is Rashford's playing really well right now. If Rashford wants a contract extension, he's gonna look at Sancho and go like, "Wait, Sancho earns 350 grand a week."
No, I disagree. I disagree.
Daps is shaking his head because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's agreeing with me. He knows.
Rashford. No,
and I'm gonna tell you one thing. If Rashford gets let's assume for the sake of argument, they give Rashford 320, for example. Anthony, after 2 years, if he plays at a world-class level, he's going to go like, wait, Rashford earns 320, Sancho earns 350, give me 400. This is how it goes.
Yeah,
so
and we have this issue. And we have this issue with centre back as well. However, Maguire's on too much money. So when we go and sign a centre back, which we need to go sign,
De Gea's on too much money.
De Gea's on it. Yeah, again, this comes back to what I just stated.
Unfortunately, the only way you resolve it.
Before you go, Daps, I've said this. We've done bad business for the past 10 years. It's going to take more than a season, more than 2 seasons. So this is not what I'm worried about. Like I said, you fixated on Jadon Sancho. Other people are fixated on Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is not our main issue. He's not top 10. He's not even top 10 in terms of playing stuff. This is why I don't focus on it. And one thing he does have, which I do like, and I will not bank on it, but I look forward to, is like, he has talent. So let's see what happens. I said I will give him this season. First season under Ollie, whatever in it. I wiped everybody off that season because that guy, Ollie tax is the biggest tax in the history of sport. So I wiped that off. But Sancho needs to step up his game. Yes, absolutely. And if he's poor this season, I'll turn around and say, yeah, he was poor this season. Has he been good enough so far? No.
We need to give City a little bit of airtime. I know we never like to, but Haaland was injured. How long is he injured for, Daps? Just first of all.
I haven't seen anything since the game, to be honest. Obviously, I was checking before the game, and it doesn't sound like a bad injury. Pep was like, "We'll see." I think Pep's interview was before the game, so before training. Sorry, and he said, "I won't know till training." So. I don't know, to be frank. Wasn't on the bench, so we will see. We will see. Do you know what? For me, it was a game that obviously I want Haaland to start every game. Let me be clear, but it was something that I felt we need to do. We need to play these games. We need to show that everyone's now saying we can't score, we can't win without Haaland, and it's mad when you think we would like the highest scoring team in the top 5 leagues in Europe last season. Yeah, of course, we've changed how we play, but we do need to get used to. It's important we get used to winning games without him. Because
do you think they may have forgotten a little bit in this game? That's
we've changed the way we play.
A little bit. Yeah,
we saw when Haaland first came in, it took a couple of games to get up to speed. Yeah. Now we've got up to speed with playing with Haaland. We need to be able to, because let's be clear, when it gets to after the World Cup, right, when we're having to play every 3 days, and most teams are going to, because with the fact there's the World Cup, with the fact the Queen died, with the fact that the Carabao Cup hasn't even started yet, there's going to be a lot of games to play. We have to know that Haaland is going to be rested, right? 100%. So we have to be able to play without him. It's very important. When Arsenal were due to play Leeds, I think it was, and there was talks Jesus wasn't going to play, I was like, that could be good for you, because you need to play some games without him and show that you can also win games without Jesus's intensity. So with City, we needed to play that game. I felt like we looked more like City of last season without him as well. Not as fluid, but the key thing for me was how quickly we were winning the ball back, which is something, our main thing last season for me was the speed we won the ball back every game. And on Saturday, we were getting that ball back so quickly. Alvarez is a great player. He looks more like a City type of player, drops into midfield, drops deeper, but he's not Haaland. He's not getting in the position Haaland gets in.
He also, to be fair,
we're a 2-man team. We got De Bruyne, and
he hasn't played
that's
much.
The beauty of it.
I want to give a bit of slack to Alvarez, because it must be very difficult when you sign for a new club and you don't really get any consistent minutes.
100%.
And then when you come in now, everybody is expecting you to just do damage immediately like Haaland did. And on top of that, you're coming from South America immediately as well. So it's not easy. And he's young.
Break, can I add?
So, without a break. And he's very young. So I think people need to have a bit of, because Alvarez come with a lot of hype and a lot of smoke, and fairly so, because the guy was ripping it up. But I must say, I think it must be very difficult for him to come over here and just instantly come in like that.
I think you can see it as well. And look, I've given Núñez slack a lot, because I feel with Núñez at his age coming to the Premier League and instantly being compared to Haaland at every single attempt, which is what he's not being compared with no Liverpool player. He's being compared with Haaland constantly. I get it. Liverpool, City, similar age, both coming to the Premier League, but Haaland is a rare specimen. No one comes and lands like that in the Premier League. So I think Núñez needs a little bit of slack. Same with Alvarez, because straight away, you know, Jesus had it at City, always being compared to Aguero. Now Alvarez is getting it, being compared to Haaland constantly, but he's a different player.
Yeah.
He drops deeper. He offers something different. So, yeah. Apart from that, I was waiting. It was a good time to segue because Husam was comparing Reece Nelson, was it, to not
Sancho.
To Sancho, and I was thinking perfect segue for him to compare him to Grealish, stats wise. Look, Grealish had another good game. Look, there will be people out there that just constantly want to talk Grealish's GA, and that's absolutely fine. I can't defend his GA, and if that's all people want to focus on, but every single game we are seeing more and more what Grealish offers City. I mean, it was actually him that I jokingly tweeted, "Does Grealish get an assist?" Because it was him that got the free kick that De Bruyne scored from,
and that's what he does. He wins his fouls. That is
what he does. He progresses the ball. Yeah,
I think Grealish should always look to get assists because he's a creator. He's a creative player,
and in a City team, rightly so. But apart from that, you ask any City fan that watches every single game, and you know, I don't mean rivals, I don't mean people that don't watch games. Grealish is putting in a shift and is doing Pep would not be starting him as much as he was if he wasn't doing. You know, Leroy Sané at City had mad numbers. Pep often didn't start Leroy Sané because he wasn't doing what Pep wants him to do. Grealish is clearly doing what Pep wants him to do. So, it was, and you know what? Shout out to Ederson, amazing save as well. So Ederson showing it's hard sometimes when there's not that many shots on the goal to stay mentally in the game, and Ederson showed it. A couple of very important saves. So, and we moved. We got 4 home games now before the World Cup. So, including you, man, Matisse. But
that's all right. It's a Carabao Cup. Don't worry about it, man.
And our 2 home games in the league: Fulham at home, Brentford at home. Brentford at home, yeah. So who knows? Arsenal need to win all their games. Otherwise
you man are going to take over. Listen, we'll hurry up and get a move on, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? That's I think I speak for the entire footballing community in the world, in fact, when I say hurry up and get a move on and take that first position, because
we like sitting second until
no. We're tired. We're tired of this. We've had enough. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up. I think the Man United section, I didn't realize it was gonna go that long with Sancho, but hey,
of course, no.
The show flows how it flows. The show flows how it flows. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. Flawless, bro. Let them know where to find you. It's been a pleasure as always, bro. Pleasure.
Yo, big up for having me as always. Large up the chat. Large up, you know what I'm saying? Husam, large up Daps as well. And that's me, Flawless. You can see the name right there. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And that's me, Flawless. And then Sarcasm City TV on YouTube and the Twitch people. So sporting content, obviously football, obviously Manchester United, but we do cover other Premier League teams as well. NBA's back. So we do that on the Twitch, and NFL as well. That's also on the Twitch. Boxing show soon, like that's on its way back as well. So we just want to keep the ball rolling, people. You know what I'm saying? YouTube and Twitch, Sarcasm City TV.
Big Fury versus Chisora fight. I know he had a big
the thing with True Geordie.
True Geordie. We had a big storm off there with True Geordie, but and also Jake Paul beating Anderson Silva. I didn't see that coming as well. So.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I'm shocked. I was meant to mention all these things on the roundabout, but unfortunately, I really just couldn't move to do it. But yeah, Husam, let them know where to find you, bro. Pleasure as always.
Big up to the show as per usual. Every week, my favorite show to do. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to Matisse's channel and everyone on the panel as well. Great people. The reason it was the same show because I was a little bit sick. So Gennaro Gattuso was not ready for his red card today. So he was a little bit down. But look, you can find me on This Is Football. I'm going live in 10 minutes from now. Liverpool therapy, because we need it. We need help. You get me? We need God's help at this moment in time because we're in the gutter. And this is where you can find me on all social media platforms, wherever the fuck you use, in it. Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. It's the same at everywhere. So you can add me and you can come listen to the infamous spaces. Make sure you go follow everyone on the panel as well. And big up to Matisse. Hopefully, I can get a win so I can come and actually be happy for once in the history of this show.
No, we don't need that.
And Daps, bro, let them know where to find you. They're not impressed with the small city section, but listen, lads, I have a certain segment and I can't go over it. Do you know what I'm saying? I have to go at 8 o'clock, and unfortunately, Man United just took up all the attention.
Because
so you
we're
have to
a motherfucking
blame
juggernaut. That's why, man.
main character
Juggernaut.
syndrome. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not my fault.
You know
Some
what it
shows
is?
go, yeah, go on.
The only way we get a segment is if we lose, and it don't happen much. So it is what it is. Listen, we have to be happy with that and just listen. It's fine. I'd rather not be a content creator and watch my club win week in, week out than have to sit here, go first, and know my club's losing. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But yeah, Never a Foul on YouTube and Instagram MCFC Daps. I'm off a ban tomorrow, so I will be back able to post. People, even if it hasn't got a watermark, do not post it on Instagram because they will come for you. Videos long.
There you go, guys. Links are in the description. I promise you. Who do Man City play next, Daps?
Seville, and then
in the Premier League.
Yeah, bro, Seville, then Fulham. Actually, yeah, I've got a competition. I've got a ticket for the Fulham game. Any City fans in here? MCFC Daps or Never a Foul. Follow Never a Foul on Instagram. It's on there somewhere. I've got a free ticket that I'll be doing a giveaway for this week for the Fulham game. Can't make it, and then we got you lot.
There you go. That will definitely get spoken about, do you know what I mean, at length when we play you lot in the Carabao. And also, guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram as well, because I've got a competition as well. Actually, you just reminded me on Wednesday that will go up. I'm going to be giving away the home kit, the Chelsea home kit. So for this season. So I'll be doing that giveaway on Instagram. So yeah, follow the app there and you can be in with a chance to get that one. So yeah, until next time, big up yourselves. Make sure you smash up the likes. So who was it in the comments? He wasn't impressed with the likes. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like, no, my brother here, like, get them likes up. Get them likes up. I'm not gonna say it. Do you know what I'm saying? The likes are there. It's easy to click it, smash it, get 200 on that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another upload. In a bit, people. Peace. 3, 2, 1, start.